Hey everybody, we're back in Path of Exile. It's unusual MaW. In between episodes, I took a little bit of a break. Picked up these boots right here, the Alberon's Warpath. That's what we're supposed to be using in our end build. This is a decent pair. It's got 20% quality, 18% increased strength, 209 armor, which I think caps at 220, so that's not the best. 12% chaos resistance is the highest we can go, and then 20% movement speed is native, and one maximum skeleton is native as well. I did have to mess around with the sockets to get the color that we wanted in the links, which wasn't too bad, to be honest with you. I mean, we way overpaid for these. I think we paid 18 Chaos Orbs, which is really expensive, but the next best pair was 5, and the guy wasn't responding. I kept trying to get him to sell them to me, and he was just not there. There was a bunch that were corrupted, but didn't have the colors that we needed, so we wouldn't be able to change the socket color. So this is the best we could get. Actually, I've got the page pulled up. But what armor is the cap there? It's 220 armor. So it's a little bit low on the armor side. We did cap out the chaos resistance. Actually, that was the focus I was going for. Actually, we had 12% there. 11 shy on the armor, but it's okay. And then that's the best boots we could get. Plus 11 armor to these boots, and this would be the build's boots. I also looked into, let's take a look at gloves here. The gloves for the build are called, let's see, I've got Path of Builds open here. They are called Shaper's Touch. We're looking here at Shaper's Touch. Shaper's Touch. Oh, we can't see the stats. That's kind of a bar. The big thing about Shaper's Touch is they give you energy shield based per strength. It's 1 mana per 4 strength, which is pretty big. Because it's a strength build, and then it gives you it also gives you energy shield for strength. Let me see. Got it pulled up here. 1% energy shield per 10 strength. So you get a ton of energy shield for having these on. It's a big defensive pair of gloves. Now I guess these just got nerfed, and well, they actually got nerfed like towards the end of March. It was 2% and 2 mana per 4 strength, and 2% energy shield per 100 strength. So they did get nerfed quite a bit, or per 10 strength. Is that what it is? 10? Gloves. Yeah, per 10. 2% per 10. So they nerfed them, just the strength aspects. I think specifically because of this build, and I guess these have been like this for a long time, and they just decided that the strength contribution was too much. But they're still good. They're still better than what we have here, probably. Although these aren't bad. 40% increased armor is not bad. 100 strength is it's okay. The big thing is going to be these boots. We need to get these boots online, but the problem is we can't equip them, because when we do, we lose the dexterity that these provide. So we're going to have to pick up dexterity somewhere else. I was actually going to see if we could do it here. I was going to say maybe in the neck. It looks like we're already running dex there. It'd be nice to actually not have to run dexterity there. I'm not really sure how the individual that made the build managed to do this with so little dex. And maybe it's just you don't actually level up the gems to have to worry about the dex. Because Cyclone's not important, right? Cyclone. The damage of it isn't. Actually, it's not important at all, really. So a low-level Cyclone gem's probably fine. I don't think this is huge either, the Desecrate or the Withering Step. I don't think leveling up really gives you a whole lot of bonuses. Maybe the radius increases, which is nice, I guess. But we're going to have to pick up some dex here. Maybe we can do it in the ring. Let's see what we got in rings. Or maybe we can do it in a gem, too. You have dex gems? Traps and mines. By cold damage. We just type dexterity. No, apparently not that way. Oh, these are our maps. I think we could put this map actually in our map tab. Not that it really matters. I could probably pick up dex on this weapon somehow. I'm also thinking maybe rings. Sure, was a way that you could just toggle, like, show me what I own. Show all. There we go. Owned. Nice. $10 attributes, so we're gonna have to pick up like, let's see, if we remove those boots, we're down to 75 dex, and we need 90 to run it, so we need to find 15 dex somewhere. And in order to find that, we're maybe here in this ring slot. We say 15 dex. There's $10 attributes, can't use that. 16 strength, no good. No dex there. Let's go look at the next again real quick. I think we just looked at them, but 24 dex, 30 strength. Yeah, the strength's not bad at that. It's not that bad, but we're losing dex to go on that route. This actually seems decent, really. I think this is one of the leveling suggestions that guide. 10 dex, no good. It's really gonna have to be from these two rings, and we don't have it. I don't think these actually give raw stats. Gems. Doesn't look like it. But potentially these gems actually do. In our 3 slot. Increase lightning damage. Just say dex. Okay, well here's 2 maybe dex based ones. 8 dex and intellect, 9 dex and intellect. Passives also added small passive skills also grant 3 dexterity. This actually seems really good. But these go in the cluster slots, and we're not actually picking up clusters, which kind of seems like a failing of the build, where it might be a little bit outdated because I didn't even consider the fact that cluster gems were even a thing. I don't think the clusters are just these outside ones where you put them in, I believe, and then it allows you to get more slots. So it actually, or maybe it's not for text. Added small passive skills, so that means the extra skills. So it adds 8 passive skills. So we would get a total of 24 dex, which would actually work. Actually, on the we'll only need 15. We could use these two, 9 and 8, 17. It's not a terrible idea. Let's see what we got for gems here. It's kind of nice that there's a way to filter this down. Increase mana regeneration and movement speed. I mean, the mana regeneration is kind of garbage to me. Maximum life. Chance to block spell if you were hit recently. That's not fantastic. And actually, let's take a look at the build. I think the build might actually suggest... It's kind of hoping to have a lot of this done before we started the episode, but here we are. Lethal Pride. Strength, okay. A lot of strength. Strength and intellect. Strength and all attributes. 8 to all attributes. 9 strength and dexterity. It looks like he picks up 18 dexterity from the gems, and that's from Honor, Shine, Crimson Jewel. Is that what these are? No, these are, but it's essentially the same thing, kinda. The only difference is he gets way better stats. He gets strength from it, and 7% increased life, which is actually really good. What's it called? Honor? Honor. This? Honor Scar. No, that's not what we're looking for, though. Sadly, I think we're going to have to socket these two in so we can get the boots in. Which I'm okay with. Because really, if we look at these boots, the evasion rating's pretty good. The energy shield's okay. The cold resist is good. 20% movement speed is nice. Complain about that. Increased damage taken while in full energy shield. So, our first initial hit, it looks like we're taking a big chunk by having that 15% increased damage taken. These actually are really fast boots if you think about it. These are, I didn't realize this was 20% movement speed and 20% additional movement speed. And to be honest with you guys, I don't hate these boots. And what are we getting in Alberon's Worth Path? Let me double check that. Why did we pick these up again? 18% increased strength. So that's the benefit there. That's why you pick them up. That's a ton more strength than what we're getting here. So, which is 0. Yeah, we'll lose movement speed though. It's gonna make us do more damage, but 12% chaos resistance is nice. Let's find a spot for these gems, and then we can equip it here. This is increase global physical damage and 50 armor. Survival skills. It's not really 10% increase global physical damage. That actually might count to our zombies there. Let's see, global physical damage. Let's just Google it here. Global physical damage. Minions, PoE. Does global damage affect minions? No, it won't affect minions. It has to say affects minions. So, okay, right click to move it. I was going to say we're stuck with it. That's probably a better gem. This is only giving us 50 armor. 50 armor is not bad. I also don't think it's particularly good either. That was the first gem we picked up. We went this way and put one in here. 9 strength and dexterity. Okay, so that's basically we have to keep that one in. It's doing what we need. Then sadly here we're gonna have to pick up. I like the 4% increased movement speed there. 21 maximum life. 2% chance to block spell damage if you're damaged recently. I think we'll drop it. I don't think that one's that great. And we'll put that in there. And now we should be able to boost our zombies up quite a bit here. So what's going to happen is we're going to put... and what's interesting is we've been casting Convocation with Cyclone, which is not necessarily what we want to do. I mean, I actually think it works out okay. It's definitely not bad, but what we really want to do is not hard cast that. We want to be soft casting that, or we want to be hard casting that, sorry. We're going to put Cyclone over here. We're going to put Desecrate over here. So we can cast those. We're going to put our Bone Offering or Flesh Offering. Let's see. Bone Offering consumes a corpse, which empowers your minion. Increasing the okay. Movement speed, cast speed, and attack speed. Versus Bone Offering. Block attacks and spells. I think we'll actually do this to help keep our zombies alive, so we're casting that more often. And then the last one we're supposed to put in there is Cast While Channeling, which is going to be there. Now, for the chest, it's supposed to be our... this is actually supposed to carry our auras, right? Which are now currently in our gloves. So that's not ideal. And in fact, the more I think about this, Convocation and Flesh Offering, I actually don't hate the setup that we had before, to be honest with you guys. I think because we don't have the correct gloves, the right socket color to really... which we could do. We could recolor these. That would have to be what? That's where Convocation, Carrying Golem, Flame Dash, and Withering Step goes. The problem is the chest is supposed to carry Pride, which we don't have yet, I don't think. Oh, we do have Pride. Flesh and Stone, which we have. Val Discipline, which we don't have. Actually, we might have. And this was my confusion before about gems. Is I was constantly searching for Val, but really, we're looking for Discipline. Still don't have. Let's see if one of these danguses sell... maybe she sells gems? Annoying items? No. I think if we go here, there's somebody that sells all the gems. I think Discipline's a special one. What does Discipline give us? An aura that prevents energy shield recharge from being disrupted. So what we're really looking for is... it's Lily Roth. We're just looking for Discipline. I don't know why it says we don't have Orb of Alterations. I mean, we have it in our currency tab. I don't know why they're making us. It used to not be this way. It used to just be able to. Something's funny. Hello? Purchase items. I don't think we have discipline yet in our actual armor. But so the Val version is the one that happens when you corrupt the gem. So what we want to do is level that up and then corrupt it. I'm really surprised we didn't figure that out. Enlighten, I think, is let's see where Enlighten comes from. I don't think we have access to that yet. Enlighten PoE, or maybe we do. Let's check. Actually, while we're loading up the Gamepedia, Enlighten. No, we don't have it. Let's see, where does it drop from? It's a drop only gem that doesn't have any effect at level 1 and can reach level 3 through regular experience. The required experience to reach level 3 is considerably greater than normal gems. Its level cap can be exceeded the same way as other gems, which is, I believe, corrupting it. Yeah, it's at a level 4. Yeah, level 4 max. And where does it drop? Upgrade pass. It's kind of a weird gem. It's weird that Gamepedia knows where that drops. How do I get Enlightened Support PoE? Place an item into an item socket. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Right click, okay. Oh, that's literally from the same Gamepedia page we. Enlightened PoE, where get. You can farm it by slaying monsters or exchange 5 Chaos Orbs with another player to get it. So it looks like you can buy it from another player. The drop only gem, you could very rarely buy it from some masters before, but now you only get it from cards of trade. The price for it is normal because it's a fairly rare drop. So we just have to keep our eyes out for it. It's kind of a weird gem. Let's see what it does here. Or let's read it. Well, that's not going to tell us what it does. Enlighten. Let's read the description. Supports any skill gem. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Gem gains 5% increased experience. Its sole function is having a mana multiplier less than 100. It decreases the mana reservation. Okay, so it's supposed to decrease the amount of mana it costs to, or the mana consumption from our ores. So we'll have more mana back. Which, to be honest with you, I don't know why we actually need mana. It's kind of dumb to me. You know, in saying all this, I think this is maybe why we weren't running discipline, because we didn't have the uh-oh. What do we have? A loose blue gem. Oh, this is the one we just picked up, of course. Of course. So this is a little bit of a problem. We will... You can see these are already level 19, the ones that we've been leveling on the side. Actually, they've been leveling in step, which seems strange to me. Let's level up the one that doesn't have the quality. We'll put the discipline in there. So we can eventually corrupt it when we max it out. Let's put this Moby gem back in here. So those are the blue ones. They are. I don't know if we made the correct trades for gems here to pick up our 18% strength. Let's see how much strength that gave us. That's about an extra 100 strength, it looks like. Let's see if we just pull this out. Yeah, almost 100. 96 strength. So it's pretty good. Pretty good. We lose 20 on no life, but we're also going to take less hits from the beginning. I think these are actually decent boots. be honest with you guys. I think it's decent. But this is good. We have an open green slot here. Let's see if we got a gem that we can put in. I don't think we're missing any of the recommended green gems. Let's just double check. Withering Step, vulnerability. We have vulnerability, right? The sad thing is we don't have multi-strike support up yet. Oh, we do. What's not linked here? Dread Banner. What's supposed to be linked? Brutality. We haven't found brutality yet. Where do we find brutality? Right, we don't have brutality. Oh, we do have brutality. What's not linked? We're so confused at what's in our build right now. Raise zombie. Okay. Minion damage, feeding frenzy. That's what's supposed to be there. Multi-strike. Empower. That's what we don't have. We don't have empower yet? Maim. How do we not have empower? Probably something we have to find. But that should be going in this slot here. Let's just look instead of looking in our inventory because I'm positive we don't have it. Empower. Gem. I think that's another one of those things that cap it for. Is a drop only gem? Yeah. So that's something we have to find as well. Gem can be acquired through the following upgrade pass or vendor recipe. Oh, these are cards. So you can make them from cards. Let's look at our cards and see if we're even close. The Dragon's Heart. The Dragons. Oh, we do have... Well, this says... There's supposed to be a card that you can get to get it. It doesn't exist. Dragon's Heart. What about Yala's... No. Gem Cutter's Promise. It looks like that was removed as well. So they want you to find this one. And this is supposed to... What's it do? Okay, the Armor Master's removed. Finally leveled it up 2 levels and grant 1. Okay. No, I don't want to read that. What it do? The price and quality of Empower Gems. What does the Empower Gem support do? Empower Support Gem do? It increases the level of active skill gems linked. I assume not support gems by +1 or +2, but only after it has been leveled, which takes forever and a half. Fitting it in a +1 gem level item works. So, it just increases the level of these gems, which will probably allow us to pull up another zombie, I guess. That's the goal of that. We don't have it. We don't have the other one. So we got everything we're supposed to have. And here we're just leveling up Discipline, which we're supposed to have. So this needs to change to a blue socket, but that's not right. Let's close these windows open. We'll keep PoE trade open. Our body armor is supposed to change, and our gloves are supposed to have... The gloves are supposed to be the these four. 2 blue. No, wait a minute. I'm looking at boots. They're supposed to have 3 blue and 1 green. Something doesn't quite add up with the build and the way the gems he's got sorted out here. That's supposed to go in gloves. Boots is that. Okay. Main ore is supposed to go in the body armor. That's 6. Yeah, that makes sense. Our helmet is supposed to have 4. Our weapon's supposed to have 6. No, I guess all this makes sense. What's the last one? Vulnerability is supposed to go. Doesn't say. There is a summon that we can get to do that though. So vulnerability comes out. I guess that's kind of the catch there. Yeah. Needless to say, we need a new chest piece, which is actually what we were saving for. The chest piece. God, we've been talking for 25 minutes straight. Not doing that. Sorry about that, guys. I know it's kind of a boring episode, but We're working stuff out here. The body armor. I'm sorry. What was I saying? Oh, the body armor we're supposed to have, the one they want us to have, is Jeffrey's Sanctuary or Joffrey's Sanctuary. The reason we want that, it gives us elemental resistances. It's a ton of defensive skills, actually. Yeah, we looked at this last episode. God, it's tough to keep track of stuff in this game, guys. It really is. So we're gonna lose our recall here, convocation, and our flesh offering. This kind of feels like a worse setup, if I'm being honest. And so in saying that, I think we're going to move back this stuff. Simply because for now, it makes sense to cast all these with our Cyclone. When we get our final build, it won't make sense. But for now, this makes more sense than that, I think. And so now with all that in mind, we should be ready to do some maps, I think. Halfway into the episode. We were going to try to do tier 3 at this time, I think. So we'll start with the Dunes map. Looks easy. We did pick up 2 Einhar while we were away from keyboard. And now let's go. We'll have to keep picking up gems because we do want Empower and we want not Enlighten. What's the other one we're missing? Maybe it's just Empower we're missing. Brutality, that's the other one. I don't know if I said any of that right. We need to pick up zombies here. Before we do anything. Also, we need to summon a Guardian. Can we just summon a Guardian? Do we have to actually... No, so we can summon a Guardian without clicking on anything, and he'll have the stats that he had before we logged out. I think that's the confusion I had before. We have auras, we have flag, we have 3 zombies. Not the one we want. Give us 8 zombies, please. We are shy on the mana. Do we have 8 yet? We do have 8. Are we getting close to 9? We are not. Well, I'll tell you what, figuring all that stuff out at the beginning was kind of exhausting. We still have more to figure out, too. We're not even, like... We're kind of in the ballpark of what needs to happen, but... yeah, still more to do there. The extra strength, I think, is actually going to help a lot. What did we say? 100 strength, so we increased our strength by like 20%. So our minions should be hitting about 20% harder? Maybe? Maybe more? Maybe less? I don't know. Something like that. Well, they don't look like they're doing a whole lot more damage, I'll say that. This is a tier 3 map, though. I'm saying that. I don't know what the... Let's see, it goes up to level 70, so it just went up 1 level. Yeah, I don't know. They're still alive, I would say to double check. I mean, they're doing the work still. For sure. I'm not accusing them of not doing the work. I think we're good, actually. Except for the part where we fall out of the Delirium. Don't want to do. Large cluster jewel. The bad part about spending all those chaos orbs, which we really only wanted to spend 5, we had to spend 18. Kind of sucks. Is we're basically at 1 right now. And the good chess pieces are like 50. 50. Chaos orbs. So it's going to be a while before we get back to that. But it's okay. I feel like we're leveling up okay now. We'll do more difficult maps, which I'm sure we're going to get better loot from. Or maybe Chaos Orbs are that rare, and that's why people... That's why it's the currency. I don't know. But I feel like just the fact that we found 18 so far and just doing the low-level maps, I mean, it's farmable again. We'll find more. We're talking about, you know, best build too. It's kind of a bummer they nerfed our gloves before we got a chance to actually use them. Golden mask. Chromatic orb. Silver reflect. I don't think that's on the build list. It just goes to show you, I mean, we're not following the build list by doing this right now, but I feel like this is pretty good. Basically spamming Convocation with the Cyclone, I think is fine. In fact, I think it's ideal between you and me, because really all we're casting right now is Cyclone. Well, and we have to cast a Withering Step too and Flame Dash. The 3 spells, but our minions are never gonna die. I mean, we're casting Chaos every like 5 seconds. It's impossible. I say Chaos, I meant Convocation. Understood that Hollywood breeds Convocation. Something like that. Something like that. Alright, see ya, Einhorn. He'll be back. Go in here and pick up loot that we missed. I feel like we must have missed something along the way because I didn't see anything of utter importance here. Or like a bonus mission or an arena. All the maps seem to have. No? It's really hard to see that with this backdrop. It'd be nice if you could, like, I don't know, maybe tab in a like a black background on it. I don't know, by like double tap and tab. I don't know. It's kind of hard on my eyes. What is this X over here? Oh, it's Einhorn. Of course it is. There's one little area up here that we haven't gone, but I don't think there's going to be anything here. No, there's not. We didn't die. That's definitely the uptick. 8 tall attributes. It actually seems better than the ones we just equipped because those were just strength dex based. Increased recovery amount, 33% reduced recovery rate. Not as good as what we got. So in the trash can it goes. 13 strength, I'd love to just put that one in. We'll just hang on to it though. Your fire damage can shock, but not ignite. Your cold damage can ignite, but not freeze or chill. It's kind of a weird helm. It's the first time we've seen that. 30 chainmail, that's a garbage. That's garbage. Those are garbage. I think that's good. Not a whole lot of loot there. That one. But good XP. I think the guy I bought the boots off with was probably thrilled to get 18 Chaos Orbs for that. We got one now. I know I was overpaying for him, but there wasn't really much I could do if I wanted to better our build like in the next episode, I guess. Which we didn't have to do. We weren't dying there, so probably could have done without it. Just waited for that one guy to come back from AFK. Although I get the feeling he was lowballing the item. Not sure why. I try to manipulate the currency a little bit, or the item market maybe. Do this volcano map next. It sounds... Alleyway's map of ice. Don't think we've done that one yet. Guards. Onslaught. Ooh, and Scrolls of Wisdom. I don't know why we put those away. We want to stack. We don't want this Onslaught. I don't think. Although I feel like he did say in the build guide a silver flask was good. Not on the list. So go away. We've deviated a little bit, and I think based on the nerfs, I don't know. I don't think we made the build better by doing this here. This is when we get to later maps. This is probably not going to fly damage wise. But it's working okay for now. It's okay for now. I like that we're back into doing tier 3. I didn't think we were going to be here for a while. We might even try tier 4 after this one if this one goes well. Really didn't want to start that event because we don't want to sit in this area. But it's happening, so we'll do it live, I guess. Didn't want to do it, but here we are. We start heading north with the fog here. They seem to be pretty generous at the start as far as giving you time to get out of that starting area. Not sure why that is. Maybe they just want new players to get a chance to get running. Probably what it is. You know, for the most part, I said we were casting Withering Step. We haven't really been casting it that much, just cycloning around. Seems to work fine. Although Withering Step is a faster way to go. Chromatic Orb. I go this way. The nice thing about the strength over the dex, I think the strength is actually making us more tanky too. And I don't even guess. I know 100 strength is worth a lot of life. We got about 300 life from that, or about 250. Yikes. Not quite free real estate, but it's pretty free. Can't get back in, can we? Nah, we're running away from it already. Dense Fossil, huh? Jagged Fossil. Oh, I think I said we were going to start this last episode, with some delving. I can't keep track of what I'm doing. That's fine. We'll do some delving after this episode, I guess. Or after this... You know, saying that, why go delve when we're about to level? About to. 47%. Actually kind of low. The funny thing about delving is especially where we're at, it's not that difficult, but you can kill yourself if you just go stand in the fog for a little bit. You've seen us delve on the episode if you watch the leveling guide. Not the leveling guide, but the leveling playthrough. We did do some delving in there. Boot blade. Like, here's some boots you don't need to spend 18 Chaos Orbs on. Well, you know what, game? We're an idiot. Oh, we're an idiot. We're actually an idiot. Well, that sucked. Being honest. We want Dance Dance for sure. All we really wanted to know that. Some of the support gems seem kind of weird to me. Not necessarily bad. In fact, they're probably really good when the build gets full speed. They just seem weird right now. I'm sure once your captain just looking at a zombie body in there when you got to fight tough. I always just I try to speculate the build, creator of their intentions, and I know that they know way more about this game than I'll probably ever know. And when I haven't even seen the end of the game, it's hard for me to even. What do I know? I don't know anything. Just trying to level up here. 2 months, guys. 2 months we've been playing this game. And we're almost there. Tiger Sword? We are the Tiger King. Oh, we're definitely not the Tiger King. I've never seen Tiger King. I have not seen it. I don't have Netflix, actually. It's one of those things. I did have it for a while, but I let my subscription lapse because just wasn't. You know the meme about people watching Netflix and all they do is kind of search for what they want to watch but never find anything. That happened to me very quickly, and so it seems silly to continue watching it. But they always have something on there I want to watch. It seems, especially when I'm not subscribed. It's the way it goes. Like at the moment, I'd really like to watch Lord of the Rings, but there's no place to actually watch it. Unless you wanna buy the copies of the movie, which I used to own on DVD, but nobody uses DVDs anymore. If you still use DVDs, I apologize. Some people use DVDs. We are moving into the age of software as a service, where we will no longer physically own anything. And it's kind of nice, really. A lot of these companies are never going anywhere. Like Steam's... Yikes, man. What is that? Whatever that is just crushing us. We had to run all the way down there. Well, it should be quicker to get back there. This episode's turning into a nightmare. And what huge disaster. Well, the nice thing about like big companies like Steam's never going to go anywhere. You'll always have access to almost every game you'll ever buy on Steam. Which is probably not true. Steam will probably eventually go somewhere. But for the foreseeable future, it's pretty safe to say that Steam is going to be around and you'll always have access to your games in some form. Same thing with like stuff you buy on Google. Google's going to be around for a while. Microsoft's going to be around for a while. So buying that stuff, it's kind of safe to know that even though you don't actually own the stuff anymore, and you never really own it when you own the physical copy. It's kind of a funny thing about that whole industry. But you should always have access to it to use it. Those companies aren't going anyway. This actually anywhere. It's actually a good transition to talk about Stadia, which is currently free for 2 months. Now, Stadia is something when I saw it. Let's try to not die here when I roll up on these guys. We just got hit with like fireballs right in the face when we walked up. Stadia, when I first heard about it, and I still think this way, by the way. There's a catch to it, though. When I saw Stadia when they came out, in my mind I thought, this is it. This is the big thing that everyone's been waiting for. It's pretty huge for it to be in games. And it'll eventually be in other things too, where everything, no matter how big and resource intensive it is, you won't run it on your machine locally. You'll have like a $3 computer and have access to a NASA level style of processing, right? And NASA's kind of like the go-to thing to point that out. But you know what I mean, like high-powered machines running on your machine at a very crappy computer, basically. It just has an internet connection, and you're good to go. That's ultimately where the system wants to go. It's where you're essentially renting the hardware from people, right? You pay for the hardware. Here, studied round shield, and games are getting to the point where, even though they are resource intensive, drop this crappy bow. The fact that they're able to stream that across the internet, pretty impressive thing, right? Well, sure, it is. It's very impressive, and it is the way of the future moving forward. I have no doubt about that. So when they came out, I was really excited for it. I had a couple friends buy it. My brother-in-law and some of his friends bought it, and they said it wasn't very good. And they didn't really expound on what that meant. But since testing it, I can see what they're saying. It's not very good. Make no mistake, it is the future, and if they ever get it completely ironed out, which they will, that's how we're going to play games in the future. I don't know how distant future, but it is the way of the future. Make no mistake. Not just for games, for everything. You're not superior. So my biggest complaint about it is, and I know there's a lot of people that are huge fans of them. If you're a huge fan of it, great. I'm glad it works well for you. But me, I'm on the Wi-Fi in my house, and my connection's fine. But for whatever reason, the service quality that I get back from Stadia is not great. Like, you wouldn't want to play games on that seriously. The visual quality is not great. It's kind of grainy at some points because it's streaming over the internet and then streaming over my Wi-Fi. Now, if you have a direct connection to a router and you have a good internet speed, which my internet speed is supposedly more than fine to handle it, it's probably really good. And I imagine the people that are big proponents and really excited about it, or the ones that are using it, rather, are those people that fall into that category. So they'll probably have to make some improvements in Wi-Fi, which maybe they already have. My router's probably 5 years old, 4 years old maybe, and my network card's probably 3-4 years old as well. And so they have made improvements there, which would probably help. We're going to use this. A lot of fire resistant. We're not going to use it. Let's find our next map here, so we can go die somewhere. I guess I'll just die. Yeah, map. Did the museum. You know what? I kind of remember doing the museum now that I think about it. Do this Mud Geyser map. So when they get all that stuff ironed out, and if you got those things that I just talked about, I highly recommend you go buy Stadia. Because Stadia is literally... They're freeing up all the resources that you use on your computer for games. You just don't have to have it anymore. You can do it for other stuff. And you're talking about an unlimited library of games you can have. And not have to worry about basically paying for storage. What we're talking about here, guys. And I'm sure the tech that they have that makes that work is really impressive. And for some people it's great. Doesn't work for me. I'm not crazy about it. I can see why it didn't really take off. But it's there. And mark my words, it might not be all Google's fault either, right? It's just people you need. It could be the Wi-Fi or the router that you're running. The fact that you're on Wi-Fi to begin with, your ISP, and it could be some stuff on Google's end too. I don't think so, because I think there's some people that are able to use it with great effect. And I'm kind of jealous of those people, because that's the way of the future. If you think about it, sometimes when you sit down and play games, you may have hundreds of games in your gaming library, hundreds of games. You're not going to want to sit down and play those games a lot of the times because they're not installed. And it's a pain in the butt to juggle around your storage, even though storage is really cheap nowadays. Which is why Google's able to provide the server. I don't know how they do it though. There's something else under the hood more than just okay, we have a lot of storage. Certainly. But yeah, so just not having to install things anymore. Like you could just buy a game and be instantly playing it. Kind of neat. On a really cheap computer too. That's the other thing. So you don't have to have a graphics card anymore, really, because they're doing all the video processing on their end and just sending you the data. Now you may still need a graphics card. I don't know. I don't think you do though. I think you could probably play that on a Raspberry Pi. Actually, really incredible. And mark my words, will be how we play games in the next 5 years. Everyone will be doing that, and those that aren't will be left behind. Probably. I'm not Nostradamus, but think about what it is. The potential for other industries as well, and the ramifications behind it. It is. If it's not the way of the future, I mean, what are we doing? I mean, there'd have to be something else more impressive than that to come out. And if you don't think if it's impressive, the idea of it definitely is. Just think about it for a little bit. You will see. You will see. But my raid on Stadia, not for me right now. Might be Marauder, might be them, might be my ISP. Either way, the experience is not great. But I expect, in time, that's where we'll be. And I can't wait, because when the ubiquity of, oh no, we got disconnected. That's PoE upset that we're talking about software as a service. Can't talk about software as a service. Maybe that was Google. It's just our computer. A piece of crap. Come on. Other servers might be down. It's possible. Let's see what we'll do here. We'll exit the game. We'll stop running. This might be the end of the night for Path of Exile. It might be. It might not be. We've only got like time for one more map, maybe. Polaris microtransactions on sale this weekend, and the Steigen molten shell effect. So yeah, I got the free trial of Stadium. I played PUBG. Operation timed out. You sure about that? Oh, they're not getting DDoSed. They might be. That's a shitty thing to do, by the way. If you guys are out there, anybody that hears this and they're DDoSing people, just stop. That's not cool. I'm sure that's going to persuade you in not DDoSing people, companies. I don't know. You do you. I don't recommend it. Especially because you're making my night real sad. Well, at least we got into the hour of the episode before it stopped. Let's go to PoE. Is Path Exile down? Some people reporting it at 12:17, kind of a spike, but I mean, obviously we're not gonna have any news like 2 seconds after it goes down, but I don't know if they have service dates like where they shut down the servers that you think you get a notice. That's probably not it, really. Let's go to the website, see if the website Path of Exile, if their servers are struggling here. There's some could be a different server that serves their web page. PC servers are undergoing maintenance. Some features will be unavailable. Well, that's good to know. My advice to you guys, I know you guys will never see this, people that work at Grinding Gear Games, you put a notification here that the servers are down. Good. Well, I guess that's going to do it for this episode, guys. If you like the video, as usual, drop us a like. If you want to see more from me than usual, hit that subscribe button. But that's going to do it here. Until next time. See you guys then. Take care. See ya.